Yo, yo, yo. We got everybody. I'm going to go ahead and get people back to the right place. We got a little bit of a booted action. I think when Zerk joined in, when he left, because we share the same StreamYard. Yeah, that's what happened. So I'm going to share the link. Anyone who clicks on this video in the future will know this is safe space. It's a safe place to come and talk about crypto where we don't interrupt people. But we're getting the show, off the ground here. I'm having some technical difficulties tonight. Things are a little weird though, so let's just bear with it and have a good time. So you guys jumping back in. I was just telling everybody who might have tuned into this video in a future date that situation that has been going on tonight. Ani knows as well. We got Mercury retrograde. I think I remember her saying something about that meaning technology. You know. So EC was on here. I guess I'll show my face since there's no one else to look at. You can look at me. My shade's back on because the future's extra freaking bright. Things are going down. Things are positive in my town. Chilling here in Detroit. As you guys can see, this is the old bridge here. This is the Ambassador Bridge. It's a privately owned bridge, and it's pretty cool. Right now, they're building a bridge in Detroit over the Detroit River, a new one. So that's pretty cool. And you guys can go on, I believe, Gordie Howe. If you just put Gordie Howe into any social media, you can go in there and check out some pretty cool pics. But it's kind of cool because we got the bridge asset. We're back, bird dog. So yeah, this is safe space. It's kind of a joke, but it's just a way to be like, hey, we're gonna get in here and just chill. We're gonna keep it mellow. You know what I mean? Come on in, do whatever. Like at least just the one. I feel like two good rules would be if somebody asks someone else a question, let that person answer, and then two, don't talk for like 5 minutes. I mean, when it's me and EC, it's like, and I don't have a lot to say. You know what I mean? But like be aware of how long you're speaking and kind of like pass the ball. We're all a team. We've all got shit to share. And if we all have the instinct too. If we kind of hear somebody, like when we stop speaking, trying to jump in, that's where you go, okay, I'm going to pass the ball to that person next. I'm going to try to wrap up my point because I heard they were trying to get in when I took a breath. Pass it to them, and then we can work through these things. It's just a lot of stuff that goes on in these chats, and we're all intelligent people. I'm not trying to like preach. I kind of am, so it'll be fun. I think what happened on the last one, like I was saying before, I think you guys jumped in, is Berserker jumped in to give the show a shout out, and I think he was on his phone. So when he left the app, it ended the broadcast. So I was almost gonna just say nah, that's it, and but it's like, man, that's not a good way to end it. That's not me. I want to finish this thing out. We got 14, 16 people jumping in, 17. We got the Blue Crew hanging out. Everyone's having a laugh. It's Saturday night. Come on, we're lighthearted. We all are working on this thing together. We've all, trying to build ourselves up in this time of darkness. So I think EC said he was done or didn't get the link. I don't know if he's in that chat, but yeah, jump back on in EC. What's up, Tony Bags? Was cool hanging out with you in Vegas. Hey, what's up, Chi-Town? Yeah, I got these freaking shades from the freaking Moon Commander, man. Like, how cool is that? Like, I feel super honored to be a part of this. Like, I feel like I got in like the last minute, but it's been like 2 years. In the intro, I don't know if it was in that intro. I'm gonna have to work on it, but I was gonna say, kind of let the music drag out and be like, "Are you still there?" And then I'm gonna say, like, we're used to waiting, because So, anyways, shout out to the 18 viewers. I don't know how to be cool like GDLT and say how many likes we got. I don't know where to find that. I might need some live stream advice. So, well, I thought I clicked it, but I didn't. See, you got to help me. You guys are helping me out. I appreciate it. Like I was saying, I just got out of the hospital. It was, it was weird. It was like a wake up call in a way. Like, I'm not like getting super hammered, but I can have a little more moderation, with, the type of foods I eat and things that I do and how much time I work and, how much energy I expend, so, and before, it's also something not really related to any of that stuff either. My liver diverticulitis. So Sean's back in the house. How's it going,
What up,
Sean?
dude?
Back in the house.
Yeah, I was trying to get home from work, and I was gonna
Oh
say,
yeah, I figured something. I heard you like zooming down a dirt road or something, man.
no, that was just sitting at the gas station idling.
Oh okay, with the
It's
window
just my
open. Well, you
exhaust.
got a truck.
Yeah, I got an
You
excursion.
got a Ford. What? Ford?
Yeah, Ford Excursion.
Okay.
Or you're just sitting in the car idling with the garage doors closed.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing when this thing goes back down to 25 cents, right?
Yeah,
No, I'm
no,
gonna
I
be
was at the
scooping.
I was at the gas station and I was gonna say, hey, I'll be home in a little bit. And then you cut me, so I was like, oh, it was probably really loud.
Yeah, it was just super loud, and I was gonna pop you back in. I was just trying. I guess I could have just muted you and told you,
Yeah.
but I was gonna try to. There's a way I think you can adjust the volume of individual people. I just forgot.
Oh,
Yeah.
no big deal.
It's been a while since I've been on this app, on this StreamYard thing,
Mm.
so it's a lot to mess with, And then like the banner and the intro and all that. It's like it takes time to do this stuff. It's like artwork.
Yeah,
This part is like the real show is cool though. Like we get together, we talk, we bounce ideas off. We all are intelligent people. We all know shit that others don't. You know what I mean? We all got something to add. So safe space is kind of a joke because Brad Garlinghouse said that. If he that's one of his words. So that's why I used it.
That's what I figured.
Hell yeah! What's up? What's up, Zeno?
What's
One and only
good,
TJ
bro?
Michael, aka Redbeard. Man of many names and many skills. Welcome to the first XRP Saturday Safe Space, brother.
Fucking thanks for inviting me, man. Hopefully I don't fuck up this safe space because I'm pretty brutal at times. I
Well,
know it.
I was hoping that you would jump in just because, like, you've been on fire and just saying all kinds of stuff in the telegrams and in the chats and Twitter spaces and just like dude, your shit, like, and you continue to learn and you're on every, not trying to like jump up your butthole or anything, but
No,
you know,
no, man. No, hey, if De Havilland and Bird Dog want to jump on my butthole, you guys totally can. I love you guys. Anytime, my butthole's open. Got it?
hey, here's this guy, Alan. Now you are a good addition to the safe space. Always well spoken, always, kind. You really don't even curse that often. How's it going, hydroponics, Alan?
I'm great, man. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you. It sounds like you might be holding one of those little mics up, but it's all right.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, man. I heard you had a little issue. I didn't really hear what happened. I feel for you, bro. I had a bad accident. Like this month has been like a really tough one, man. So I feel for you if you're in some pain right now. I got 8 broken bones in my face, man. I know how it is.
God, Alan. Well, I'm glad you made it out of that, man. You
I
know?
did, man. I freaking died for like 30 seconds and got brought back to life, man.
Are you shitting me?
No, I'm not.
Wow. Wow.
So, I was meant to be here for a purpose. I know that. It isn't the first time it's happened
I
to
know
me.
this is kind of maybe pushing the boundary a little. Do you want to talk about that, or I know that's probably pretty personal. If you feel I
Sure.
probably shouldn't ask, but okay.
Yeah, it was a freak accident, man. I was on my electric bike, which I've had for a while. Been riding a bike since I was 8. I just happened to not lock up the other end of a spiral lock, a cable lock that goes around the whole bike and like around a tree or whatever. I only locked one end of it and threw it in my basket. I was in a hurry. It unspiraled out of my
Oh,
basket,
the front
got
was it on
in
the
my
front?
back wheel and got in
Oh,
my
back.
back wheel and flipped me off my bike like a pancake onto my face, the whole
Oh,
side of my body. So yeah, I'm pretty jacked up right now. But making it, man. I literally like had very little recollection of what happened at the time. But
now
my wife,
well, I was wondering about you said you were past, your heart was stopped for,
what else I was getting at, I was going to say I didn't recall anything what was going on at the time. I literally got unconscious for 30 seconds. I didn't even know that I was unconscious for 30 seconds. I had gotten glimpses of what happened, over the time before the next day. I actually went and talked with the lady that owned the business and asked her what the heck happened, and she said, "Well, this is what happened." And so yeah, it was a crazy fluke event, but man, you just never know. My moral of my story is just slow down. That's what I learned. The moral of the story is
yeah, be patient,
slow down a little bit.
especially on the road, and patient and polite. But everyone's in a rush and a hurry to
Hmm.
go nowhere, race against the clock. It's the way everything's set up, though. It's designed for us to race our whole life away.
Yeah,
So
that's exactly it. That's
you know,
exactly it.
I'm in the hospital room, and the nurse is like, it's okay. You don't have to rush. Just take your time. I'm trying to like they'll hurry up for them. Uh, yeah, I was at work Wednesday, or yeah, Wednesday, and I got a little bit of a tummy ache, and I felt weak. And it wasn't like real bad. I thought it was just because I was tired and didn't get enough rest. But I actually normally I was on my normal, what I normally do now, thinking back, like 5, 6 hours of sleep a night. So and I started to get kind of fatigued. So somebody's echoing, but I kind of was like, I'm just going to go home, even though I probably could have toughed it out. I'm glad I did go home because a lot of times if I get sick or something, I just finish the day and then go home and tell them I'm sick, and then I don't come in the next day. You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, I gotta go. And then I called my primary care on the way home. Got a slid in there. Got seen. My blood pressure was up. They were worried about that. They didn't know about the stomach ache. Wasn't as big of a concern as the blood pressure. I told them about the stomach ache too, and they're like, and that's why I was in there. I think they thought it was just because fucking I wanted a fucking excuse for work, the way they treated me. And then I feel like I don't know. I got a weird vibe. Anyways, so I went to the ER the next day and ended up with diverticulitis, which is like inflammation of your springal colon. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's like the lower section of your colon, and it had a micro intusion with this like a little small colon kind of it. When it stresses too much and gets inflamed, it's like a tear in there. And when it's real small, there's another layer of like skin or whatever, like tissue, and then the stuff leaks out of your colon into there. It builds up, and then once that sac gets open and there's a lot of stuff in there, it causes discomfort. And it also can be dangerous if it builds up to a bigger amount, because that can burst open inside of you. I believe, don't quote me on this, but it would cause septic shock, because it would get into your, and it's basically like shit and all that. So yeah, I just didn't eat food for 2 days and laid in bed, and I just got to start eating some food and like some liquid food yesterday, and then yesterday at lunch they started me back on solid food. The doctor told me to have plant-based food. And
Exactly.
Man, I just felt like, and they scan my bracelet every time for everything, like they do, and I'm like, man, I just feel like everything with medicine, and especially after everything that we know happened, it's so obvious everything is like a money grab, and I don't like. It just sucks. It's like you have to go there when you're in that much trouble, but so you have to just advocate for being at your own self advocate with your health, or else you're gonna probably get. I feel like they did tests on me at night, like just to charge up shit. Like I probably didn't even need that many freaking blood samples, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, defensive
Hey,
medicine.
E4, real quick. DJ Jazzy, XRP, what's up, buddy? What's up, Sean? Hey, listen.
What's going on?
So not many of y'all know, but I did study nutrition for like over 20 years.
Yeah.
I've been doing it literally half my life. I've learned a lot. My dad had pancreatic cancer for 4.5 years. Nutrition is something that's been a part of me since I was like 21. I learned a few things that I learned recently, though, that were just breakthroughs. Um, I don't know if y'all heard of Anthony Williams. He's nicknamed the medical medium. That man, you need to listen to him. E4, he can tell you exactly what's going on with your situation. Basically, and long story short, the body has Epstein-Barr virus naturally in it, just like we have Candida. Well, this Epstein-Barr virus has mutated 16 times since the Industrial Revolution in the 1950s. This Epstein-Barr gets passed from mother to son and mother to daughter through the liver. It doesn't go away. It can get back to a dormant state, and all you need to do really is get this back to a dormant state, so you're not only can your colon heal, but your liver, main function of the body, the brain of the body is really the liver. And if the liver's not functioning properly, every other organ will start malfunctioning. So getting that in check is real simple, man. Key to that is what your doctor told you is dense nutrition. You
I'm
need
going
to
to
be
answer
eating.
this question real quick. Hans loaded. Yes, that's what happened. I think I explained it maybe before you found the stream back again. But yeah, I think when he hopped off his phone. Were you wrapping up something, Alan?
Yeah, man. I was just gonna say we can talk about it. E4, man.
Okay.
Just send
Yeah,
me a
hit me up
tweet.
on Telegram. Hit me up on Telegram.
That's what I'll do, and I'll give you the full, what you need to do.
Yeah, you can just drop the links to the videos too, and if you ever want to chit chat, my number's in there. Like, you can call me whenever. If I answer, I answer. If I don't, I'll call you back, at some point within, I'm at work, it might be, hey, I'm at work on lunch. I'll call, but yeah, Sean, what's up, man? You were going to jump
Nothing
in.
much. Yeah, I wanted to. You Earl, in the first or the second stream, you started mentioning about China.
Okay.
That I had watched a little news clip on YouTube about an hour before. I'm sorry, it came out about an hour before I put that in the chat, in the text chat.
Mm-hmm.
That they said that there's a rumor that he's under house arrest, Xi Jinping, and they said that the only thing that the story said is that they shut off 60% of all flights, either into China or out of China. They didn't specify, and then they cut all rail service in Beijing. So
that was real news.
Yes, and they said that the only thing that they could see is that a convoy of military vehicles headed into Beijing.
Apparently, I'm going to put quotes on that still, because where do we get that from? Our media. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got it from
And
Newsmax.
even if they showed some tanks, like what you know, like okay, you know what I mean? Like
It
I
could be
remember
file
when the
footage. Yeah,
towers dropped, they showed like our Iraqi people celebrating. Like okay, that doesn't necessarily mean that people were. That could have been an old picture. It's so funny how people see things on the news and they're just like okay,
right,
and then
right.
like everyone okay, like well. You know, I'm not going to pick out any actors or, you know, artist names, but hey, such and such said this and they're cool. I like, you know what I mean? Like, come on. Like,
But
come
they
on.
also said that they couldn't corroborate the story. That's just what the story is out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking
who knows?
it could be like we're getting ready to see the stage set and I'm just going to like, you know, like I've been telling my family and friends like whatever's about to happen to me is like going to be really good. Just don't think negative. Think like, how could this actually be flipped on its head? This might be something good. But if everyone's like super scared, they just keep the power again. But if everyone's like, that's bullshit, not falling for it, another fucking setup. Let's move on to this crypto thing. That's the only place you got us at right now. But we got a lot of good people that have already infiltrated. So let's go. Let's get on with this shit. Bird dog. Where you at? Zeno, what's going on, man? What's going on? You got something to add to that about the fake? My theory on that being like a fake World War III, maybe?
Isn't it rumors of war? Wars, and rumors of war. I mean,
Well,
that's kind of
yeah.
really what it is. The scare tactics right now.
Yeah.
You know, they're pushing the envelope. You know, Russia got backed in the corner because, you know, the
That's a
United
lie.
States and NATO.
You know, I heard the opposite, bro.
I mean, I can't really
I
say
heard
for
that
sure. This is
Russia
what I heard.
surrounded like the Ukrainian army went in and they did, I forget the term, it's got something to do with Paris. They threw all their shit into this one offensive attack and like depleted their shit. They may have won the battle, but now they're getting surrounded and they've got them surrounded on 5 sides. And now the Ukrainian army is now putting women in the front line. And they've also, these Russians have found, and not just the Russians, the other bordering countries. I think I can't remember, dude. All of them. Czechoslovakia. I don't even know if that's one of them. Like, this is something I heard. Obviously, they found a bunch of mass graves from people that lived in the Ukraine, but like were from these other countries, because basically Ukraine used to be part of all these other countries, and then it just kind of was like, no, we're Ukraine now, and like kind of made a border out of what was already these other places. So like those people from those old parts of the countries that they used to be, they're just fucking mass killing them, which I wouldn't doubt at all. Because if it's like they're trying to be the UN, you know what I mean? They're trying to be the big boys, you know? So they're like, whatever. It's like the same thing that happened. And it's like it happens in history. Like, that's how they take shit over. They just go kill everybody. And then they lie about the war.
What was the other thing that Alan was saying about Russia got backed into a corner? I wanted to hear that perspective.
Well, I mean, basically, you know, NATO's been supplying Ukraine with just massive amounts of weapons, and Russia is, you know, basically said we're being backed in the corner here. This is basically our land. We own this land before. We're taking it back. We don't want to be sanctioned into oblivion. You know, we're rebelling. Basically, is all what this whole thing has been about. NATO and America has been pushing. I'm not for Russia. I'm not for any country other than the United States, guys. Just hear me out here. This is just what I'm hearing from a military commander that's been breaking the whole, you know, psyops that they're painting a picture on, you know, the mainstream, you know, narrative there. And we're getting answers from just very few people that are actually telling the truth, you know. And I'm not saying I could be wrong, but I mean it paints a picture when you're seeing NATO supplying weapons that Ukraine never had, and then making them fight this proxy war over really the reality of what's happening is, you know, they're just trying to crash and reset the whole world economy. and make Ukraine the little scapegoat for this psyop that they created. And it's just it's sickening. People are dying because of the lizards plan that they had set up many years ago, and we're all watching it. We're just sitting back and watching the show, man. That's the reality.
No, the lizards plan was always about war. War is a tool for them.
Yep.
Well, war is a great way. I'm sorry. I'll end after this. War has always been a great way to rebuild and restructure economies. And if you ever look at history of, Great Depressions and things like that, shortly after there was a war, and in many economic times, and that's just the setup that they always do. It's just the same game that they've been playing, and now we're just back in that time period of the game that's played out, and that's where we're at right now. And something's coming really soon in the next couple of days. I think everybody here can feel it, and everybody's talking about it. And I don't know if it's just going to be Ukraine or something crazier. So maybe somebody pushes a button. God, I hope not, man. I hope it's just this war that just crashes this economy down, and that's it. But I feel something else is happening. We ain't seen it yet, but something else is happening.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
go ahead, EC.
My take on it is that through these means of famine or these emergencies is to keep people in a state of perpetual martial law and to normalize it, because you don't need to pass legislation or go through judiciaries if you are under martial law. Just things just happen right now. Like for Russia's getting conscripting as much as the fighting age of between, I think, 18 and 19. And only doing this on the premise that they're, air quote, there's a war. And then obviously in Ukraine, they're getting away with so much shit that what they're doing is because they keep telling everyone that we're being invaded, we're under attack. So everyone's just dumping money then and laundering money through them. Even then, just like, smuggling supplies to them so that foreign nations who are essentially paying for this pay for the tab for this. And that gives them an excuse to, it's like, we need to print more money and do, which is quintessentially, like you said, Al, it is deliberately, it's an excuse to reset and tank, the economies, the global market.
I don't think there's going to be a real. I think that the carnage and the death is going to be through the sacrifice, and that is just they've already. I mean, I think it's already going on. I don't think there's going to be another. I'm thinking positive.
I think the Z accusation, or not the accusations, but the rumors of him being arrested by the CCP are very interesting, because the most interesting thing to me is to pick out the fact that the day before he was supposed to show up to a big military meeting, considering everything that's going on, and this all ties back to fucking Ukraine too, because we know China has involvement with Ukraine, and he just met with Putin the day before that. And then all of a sudden, now there's rumors of him, he didn't show up to a meeting, and now he's being rumored as being fucking arrested. Like, I don't know. That to me is the most interesting thing happening right now, and that's what I've got my eyes on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they probably
we
declare
all
martial
know
law
in
in
here.
China again.
We all know what's going on pretty much with this Ukraine crap. I mean, at least surface level.
Yeah, it's all about the kids. It's all about human trafficking. We know at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. That and manufacturing bioweapons.
And also their labs and everything for all their weird stuff, because where does that go back to? Isn't like that Khazarian area?
Yeah, the Khazarian mafia. Yeah, they just go underground and they hide. They could go in hibernation during certain periods of time, and then they regain control slowly. Just like it's what they did with America. They just destabilized the nation from the inside out. They infiltrated the education systems, the universities. They molded the young minds, and they completely and then those young minds were getting put into Congress, and it's just a complete destabilization all the way around.
Mm-hmm. That was good. Yep. That was right on, brother.
Yeah, that way.
Hey, I just want to say one thing, please, for the community. You guys go on the YouTube and you see that Ripple XRP live event thing. Guys, click on there and report those freaking scammers on there. I've heard like 5 people already this week getting family members ripped off these freaking stupid crypto scams.
Yeah,
So
another
please
tip I
report them on
got is,
YouTube, man.
Sean, don't send
You
the
see it,
fucking
report
scammer
it.
links.
You said
That
what
was
now?
it. I'm
Don't
sorry.
what?
I was
Sean
gonna say,
sent me a fucking scam link one time. I'm like, why would you send it if it's a scam? You know somebody's gonna want to click on it.
I
I don't
did.
know if y'all heard me good. I was just
Yeah.
saying.
No, I
It
heard you.
was a
No,
while ago though. You probably don't remember. It was a while ago. But
I
I
did
remember
send a
that shit, and I
scam
was
to the
like,
chat. I did send a scam to the chat, and I was like, please beware of this stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
pretty
getting
sure I
crazy,
did that.
guys.
Yeah,
the
no,
best thing to
when I was
do
going
too
back
is
and
to
say.
not send them, like snapshot them.
oh, gotcha.
Don't send the link because it'll get somebody will fucking click it.
And I wasn't
Okay.
talking about no links. I was talking about on YouTube. When you go on
Yeah.
YouTube and you're looking at,
Yeah, there
there's
was
a
5 of
YouTube
them on there today.
channel that says, yeah, I've reported all of them. Everybody needs to do it so we can just get rid of these freaking scammers, man.
Yeah, whenever I'm tuning into anybody's videos, anything crypto, or even any of the other videos, if I'm going through the comments and I see stuff like that, I report it. Unwanted spam, get it out of here.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
God knows.
So yeah, we got some
nobody.
people jumping in, watching. This dude here looks new. A-Man Ryan, what up? He's talking about the deep underground military bases. Yeah, let's talk about that. I mean, so many scams too, he said. I think that's the one new guy I seen in here in the comments.
So are we?
If you're new and I missed you, sorry. Shout out. I'll let you go one sec, Redbeard or Zeno. If you're new here, I'm sorry I missed you in the chat. I'm trying to keep out and shout everyone that tunes in. You guys know the routine with YouTube. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, and do all that. It supports the channel immensely. Take it away, Zeno.
I was just gonna say, how deep do we want to go? Because we could get into nuking the channel territory.
Well, I think there's been a lot of explosions going on recently in different places. Do you want to speculate on if you know about any of those?
I saw the ones in China when I watched that video of all the speculation behind G and his arrest. As far as all the other explosions, I don't know. It's hard to make heads or tails if any of
earthquakes
that
too.
video is real because a lot of times they just try to use footage from long ago, and try to say it's current, and it's
What
not.
about these little earthquakes?
Mexico.
The earthquakes, I believe.
Well, do you think that the smaller ones could be an underground base getting bombed? I don't know. That seems kind of far-fetched to me, but
I haven't. Yeah, go ahead.
Uranus in Taurus also brings a lot of earthquakes and volcanic activity and stuff like that. Just as an aside.
So yeah, that's confirmation that that it could just be natural.
yeah.
The Earth is shifting, and it does periodically throughout time. That's why we have different. I mean, Earth gets pushed up and moved. Lavas create new land. I mean, it's time is a crazy thing when it comes to looking at the Earth. The landscape changes so frequently, and even now we don't really pay attention to it, but it's changing so frequently. The Earth has a mind of its own, really. As far as bombs, I don't know. I mean, it's a possibility if you did bomb an underground tunnel system wide enough, you're going to have all the buildings above it collapse, and I guess, but it would look like a crater. So if the rubble and the wreckage didn't look like a crater at the end of the day and everything didn't sink in, then I wouldn't really believe it.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Oh,
I forgot that guy's name. Is it something Snyder? Is it Mike Snyder or something like that? The guy that he's been in all the old YouTube stuff for like 20 years. The guy that went down the tunnel or whatever, his hand got shot. Like he shows his hand. He's like, this was from I think he said it was a gray shot his hand with some kind of laser or something. And I think it was out in Arizona.
Yeah.
The laser shit, I believe, because that shit that happened in Nashville, that I believe it was an FBI headquarters, it got fucking blown up, and the video does bring up some speculation about fucking high powered energy lasers, direct energy weapons.
And they never found out who did that, did they?
DARPA's been
With Astro
creating high,
thing.
high
No, it
energy
went completely
weapons.
dark, and it was right at Christmas time. Nobody fucking paid attention to it. Nobody here still pays attention to it, and I'm 45 minutes away.
Yeah, that DARPA program has been running energy weapons since like 1985 or something like that. They've, seriously got the railgun going, and I do believe they have it in a small handheld weapon now as well. So you may have seen somebody that actually got shot with one of those type of weapons.
Allison Parsons project.
They miniaturized the railgun, dude. That doesn't surprise me, honestly. Technology moves fast. Fuck.
We got so many weapons that we don't even know about yet. I mean, I have people that won't tell me what's going on, but
I guarantee you they already have super spies, dude. Like in 2015 and 2016, the UK Ministry of Defense and the US had already had entire philosophy articles written by generals and written by people in their military about biotech engineering and human integration and making super spies. And if they don't start developing it now, that other countries are going to do it, and they're going to have a tactical advantage over us. And if we get invaded by super spy soldiers, we got to have super spy soldiers to fight back.
We're assembling a team. The Avengers Initiative.
And then Biden put out an executive order not too long ago that increased the expansion of biotech manufacturing in the U.S. So, I mean, it's easily to see what's going on.
It's crazy what they have. I mean, I'm not even scratching the surface. I'm afraid to say some things. But let's just say they have some weapons, energy wise, can be used in many different forms. They have energy weapons that make you vomit and like be completely unable to move, muscle spasms, everything. These energy weapons have been around for a while, but I do believe we're going to see them very soon in this coming world war that we're going to eventually have. And Project Blue Beam Nerdy X, yeah, man, that's, I think, is the fake agenda that we're going to be seeing next. I think that is the real scare moment. That's kind of what I'm going with as well. So I'm glad he brought it up because, yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing the next crazy little thing's going to be.
Oh, another thing, Alan, are you aware about the solar wind farms causing blood vessels and ruptures in inner organs because of the sound waves they emit?
The solar windmills?
Oh, yeah, the windmills. Yes,
Those emit sound?
Yes,
from like them cutting through the air with the blades cutting through the air.
it's infrasound. Okay, it was accidental. There was this Turkish scientist that they gotten sick real bad, but they started to head hurt, and they were developing these symptoms. Once they left the room, the symptoms subsided. They didn't know what it was until one of them found a broken fan, in the ventilation, and they run the fan, and it was emitting this infrasound that was causing the symptoms, and they developed a weapon behind that. And they were starting to see that cows or livestock that were just plopping dead or getting sick because they were right next to the solar wind farms.
Yeah, I heard about that. Didn't something like that happen with some people, like a journalist or somebody that was in Cuba, or maybe it was China, and they got sick, and they said that it might be a sound type of weapon.
Yeah, the sound. Fuck, I've got another PDF of all that information too. Isaac Cappy. Any of you that followed my videos when I first started out on YouTube, dude, I talked about Isaac Cappy and these psychotronic weapons. That's what they were called. And it was the use of radio waves and sound waves with frequencies, because we all know frequencies affect your body in positive and negative ways, which is why the radio. I'm not going to go off on a side tangent, but Isaac Cappy was a victim of one of those. It's a psychotronic weapon that fucks with your mind, man. It really does.
That's what I was referring to. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for bringing it up, because I couldn't I couldn't recall what the actual technology name was, but yeah, man, thanks for bringing that up, Zena.
So
It's
they were
used pretty frequently in Hollywood.
Yeah. So they basically weaponize both audio and light.
Correct.
Infra waves through
Yeah,
they use this through our constant exposure through LEDs and 5Gs. Practically they're everywhere.
Right.
I can't really escape them from the island because where I live.
Yeah. I wanted to let you guys know I was going to end it pretty soon here, and I was going to pass the mic around. This is the first time. It says 40 minutes, but we've had a couple other ones and stuff. I'm just getting out of the hospital, so if you guys are down to jump in,
that's all good.
you
Ani's
guys
got some
appreciate
words
this.
to say real quick.
Okay.
Hey guys, yeah, about the sound waves. I remember in the 90s when they did the second Woodstock, it turned into a complete shit show, and people were fighting, and it was nothing like the first Woodstock. I wasn't at the first one either, but it wasn't peace and love. It was like people like beating the shit out of each other. Everybody was covered in mud. And then they discovered that it was close to, I think it was like a military base, and there were like big speakers like up on poles, and they figured that that's what happened, that they were sending off all these like sound waves. That was probably like a test run. This was in the 90s. I don't remember what year it was, but probably in the mid 90s or something.
Well,
What was that concert that was just recently? There was a concert that people were dying at. That rapper. What was
That was the Astro World concert,
Yes.
and I think what was his name again?
I have the Masonic
Travis
artwork
Scott.
that symbolizes that Travis Scott that symbolizes that entrance of Astro World. And and that's what that was too.
A sacrifice. You think it's real?
It's hard to not say
All
when you're dealing with
all
frequencies,
the names, right?
bro. When you're dealing with frequencies and lyrical mind seeds while people are high and on another level of consciousness, and you capture that with sound and frequency. Oh man, there's
there's a lot going on there. Wow. Yeah, good point. Well, all right, guys. Thanks for hopping on here. I don't mean to cut it out so quick. I'm gonna try to keep these, down normally like we normally do, like an hour and a half or so. I just got home and I wanted to do this because everyone was in the chat, and today's kind of like, the 24th, and I thought it'd be cool to maybe start something on a Saturday night earlier in the evening. So
No,
that
I
being
appreciate
said,
it, dude.
Sean, appreciate you. Alan, EC,
I
Redbeard,
appreciate you
Ani.
coming on, man. That was a nice little surprise. I was like, I quit work early. I was like, I can come back tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
I didn't know
So
about
that
it
was
either. I
cool.
was laying in bed. I haven't felt good all day.
Thanks.
I kind of got me and the old lady got a little bug going around, but
Yeah.
I wanted to jump on because I missed y'all last night because I was sick. I didn't feel good at all.
Thanks for getting on, Alan.
Yeah, man. Hey, you're a trooper like me, bro. You're
Yeah,
in pain, just getting out of hospital, and here with the community sharing, man. That's what we do because we're troopers, man. We're all here to help each other and hang on for dear life like a tick on a dog through this freaking storm. We get on the other side of the storm, we're all going to be helping a lot of people.
Oh, it's going to be glorious.
Changing lives, man.
It's going to be glorious.
If you want to get in on privacy coins and you're really loving privacy right about now, which everybody should, Jasmy, fucking to the moon. ZBC, ZBEC protocol to the moon. Digibyte is doing some really good fucking things, man.
Is
They are
that
building
built on Digibyte?
awesome shit. Huh?
That's built out on Digibyte?
What?
Jasmy.
No, ZBEC. No, Jasmy is built off of Ethereum, and they have a bunch of side chains that they run, which is why the transaction fees are in Jasmy, and they're super
it's on
fucking cheap.
Coinbase.
Yeah,
right. I looked at that.
I love it, dude. I love Jasmy, and I love that everybody thinks that it's like, especially in the Twitter community, the Twitter world, man. Everybody thinks that Jasmy is a fucking joke, and I love it because
good shit, Red. EC, we got 38, 39. Shout out. I'm closing it at 45 exactly. Say your piece.
Say my
EC.
piece.
We love you.
BBC, Luna C, XRP, DGB.
Thanks everybody for coming out.
Thanks.
Yes,
Good night,
sir.
everybody.
Safe space.
Everybody be safe. Take
out.
care. Peace.
And don't forget VE.